the voice of your heart, when you hear it, it's like you can feel it and hear the voice literally in your heart. The voices in your mind are going to feel like they're coming from your head or higher. And so it's very important to understand that this is why these paragraphs are so important in the Sophia Code. Mother Mary is saying, if you want to really cross-check, cross-examine the psychic information that you're getting, you have to like breathe into your heart and really listen, bow your head and listen for the words coming out of the heart. And they will literally come out of your heart. It will not be some airy experience from your head. The information that you hear from the neck up, you've got to cross-examine it with your heart always. So if I receive a message from an ascended master, I'm like, or a being that I've never met before or worked with before, I always take in the information and then I drop into my heart and I'm like, is this accurate? Is this correct? And my heart will either be like, yes or no, or, well, 50% of what this being is telling you is right on, but you should ask them another question about blah, blah, blah. And so the more you practice cross-checking, cross-examining information that you receive from here up, it's going to allow for your heart to be like, I'm the final say. The voice of your heart is the voice of discernment. I was training the other day, and I was going through, the motions of lifting these weights, and then all of a sudden I stopped myself because I could see one of my Star Nation family members watching me, and they were like, how present are you in this moment? And I wanted to shoot back. Well, it's 7 a.m. and I'm pretty tired, and fill in the blank, excuse. And they were like, how present are you in this present moment? And I thought, wait a minute, what are you saying to me? And then all of a sudden, my third eye opened up really wide, and I was in the gym, but I was standing on a battlefield in another lifetime. And on that battlefield, we were riding to victory and it was one of those moments where I could feel the wind as we were riding into battle. I could feel the sweat on the horse. I could feel so much happening. The sun was out. The sky was very dramatic. It was one of those days in a lifetime that is like, maybe you have 5 days in your entire lifetime where you look back and you're like, that was that day in the history of that lifetime. And of course, my trainer's standing there. I'm holding, like, I'm almost in mid, we're doing arms that day or something. And I'm like, hold it together, Kaia, just keep it together. And as I was seeing the sun and the horses and the battlefield and the victory, I was just like, okay, that day was because of many seemingly mundane days where I chose to believe in the everyday choices that were leading up to that moment, right? And it was just like, how then is any day not that day? Because if all of those days are leading up to this victorious scene that we often think, well, that's the everything, but it's just like, that everything moment could have never happened without countless people showing up day to day to get ready for that moment of victory. So essential to understand that every present. And so then all of a sudden I went into beast mode. I was like, fire of God with those weights. And my trainer was like, whoa, what's going on? And I was like, I need to be fully present in this practice right now. He was like, yeah, bring it. Let's do it. Let's get pumped. I was like, yeah, let's get pumped. And it was just like, it brought so much meaning to every lifting of those weights. I was just like, how is this any different from that moment? How is that moment that I'm witnessing different from the moments we're going to experience in this lifetime? It's just like, we've got to live the victory in every present moment to be victorious on those days. It's like my mentor is sharing. He's just like, you are always practicing. You are always getting ready. Even when those big moments happen, it's like, there's even something bigger to get ready for. And this passage from Mother Mary, following the voice of your heart, becoming so present in every present moment to embody your greatest potential. It's to this really simple thing of like, am I fully here as a yes? Or am I fully here as a no?